Hello YouTube, me again doing another video. No Exodus reading, that'll come later in the week. Today, I am doing a video on something that really chaps my ass, as the kids say nowadays. A lot of people, or not really a lot of people, claim that this country is founded on Christian principles, and also believe that, for some odd reason, that the Pledge of Allegiance and American currency has always had the words, well, for the Pledge of Allegiance, it's always one nation under God, and for the currency, it is in God we trust. Okay, I'm going to tell you how both of those are fucking wrong, people. Don't believe this shit. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people are getting up in arms about, oh, they're trying to take Jesus out of schools, and they're trying to, ban religion in schools. Which is far from the truth, actually. See, what we're talking about here when it comes to schools is, one nation under God, trying to get that out of the Pledge of Allegiance, and that the fact that teachers are not allowed to lead prayers in school. Teachers can pray in school. I mean, if they want to pray under their breath or something, or whenever kids are out of the room, okay, that makes sense. But, due to the fact that we have a government that is separate from religion, and most schools are, I think, government-run, or at least public, which means, the government has some kind of hand in them, that means teachers cannot lead prayer. If you want that shit, go to a religious or private school or what have you. That is the only kind of school where prayer is allowed. So you're not trying to take prayer out of school. You're just trying to, follow the law. Don't get mad at that. Now, the Pledge of Allegiance is a funnier thing. Its roots are that it was written back in 1850, let me see. I have my research, my handy-dandy research in my hand here. Written in 1892 by a socialist. It was written by a socialist, guys. So everyone who's all like, oh, we're, whatever about, hating on socialism, just remember that a socialist wrote your fucking Pledge of Allegiance. And when he wrote it back in 1892... the Pledge of Allegiance originally was, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. 1954 rolls around. Guess what's the big thing to hate? Communism, or at least the bastardized version that Joseph Stalin was using in social Russia, in Soviet Russia. So, of course, Joseph Stalin was a communist, and an atheist, I think. So he did a lot of, anti-religious shit because he was being a fascist prick. Not because he's like, oh, communism has, oh, we have to force atheism. No, it's just because he was a total prick. He was just an asshole. He did his purges. He killed, government officials who he felt were a threat to him, and also religious officials. Okay. So now everyone thinks, hey, communism, atheism, they're like this, man, like that. Which, no, wrong. That is not how things work. It's not how, or at least that's not how true communism works. True communism is just everyone chips in and everyone gets everything. There we go. I'm probably getting that wrong because I'm a fucking idiot. Who knows? Anyway, so, 1954, President Eisenhower was like, hey, government, you know what we should do? In order to combat the atheist communism and the Red Scare and all that, we should add in to our currency, in God we trust, and one nation under God in our Pledge of Allegiance. Just so we can kind of, balk communism just a little bit. So yeah, that's how that started. So, essentially, people that are saying, oh, take the one nation under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, they're saying, hey, let's go back to the original Pledge of Allegiance. So anyone who's like, oh, well, the Pledge of Allegiance was originally written with one nation under God. No, you're a mouth-breathing fuckwit. Learn your history, damn you. Learn it. God damn. Anyway, so then, back to the whole, oh, well, America was founded on Christian beliefs. Says fucking who? Do you know what... Okay, so the Founding Fathers were Christian, according to some people. Okay, that might be right. Maybe like a few of them were, but you know what the rest of them were? Deists. Do you know what a deist is? A deist is someone who believes that, yes, a God, not the Christian God, a God created the earth and then the universe and then fucked on off out of here. My watch is floppy. He just left after doing that. So, upon leaving, he left humanity and everything to their own devices. Deists do not believe in, that the fact that the Bible was inspired by the Word of God, because where was he to inspire? The virgin birth, they do not believe in any of that, pretty much, and all the miracles in the Bible that happened. They believe that something created the earth and the universe and then left. That is all. So, pretty much, the Founding Fathers, almost all of them, or at least not almost all of them, were deists. A list of those, or at least prominent ones who were deists, if I can find it, were George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin fucking Franklin, Ethan Allen, James Madison, and James Monroe. Pretty much like the big dick bosses of the whole the framers and the guys who wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Founding Fathers. So, pretty much, that kind of ruins that whole, made by Christian beliefs. Also, they're going to cite, the whole fact that, we're endowed rights given to us by our Creator. Okay, well, seeing as how the Founding Fathers were pretty learned guys, right? You'd think they would, if they wanted to be like, we are Christian, and we want, the God of the Bible to be our inspiration for, making this whole country. Why would they say endowed by a creator, not endowed by God with a capital G? Which, I think I did it wrong, so it's... Fuck it. I don't write a lot. I type. So, these guys would probably choose to be less vague about it. I mean, when you have the word creator versus the word God, right? God means a specific person, Jehovah, the God of the Bible. The guy that was like, I'm going to get Mary pregnant just so she can have my son Jesus, or Yeshua, or whatever the fuck his name was. Josh, I don't know. Versus creator, which is a very vague term. Shit, you could say... I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, but either way, vague language does not equate to Christian God. Therefore, it's not founded on Christian beliefs. Sure, they may have taken inspiration from, some religious texts, because there are some good ideas. As much as I shit talk this book, there are admittedly a few good things. The Ten Commandments, don't rape or murder or all that, don't be a dick. But also, they probably took inspiration from other such governments. Yeah, fuck, I can't even think of any right now because I'm too stupid to. Either way, wasn't founded on Christian principles. There was probably a few others thrown in for good measure. So yes. So, do your